everyone. Welcome back to yet another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. We are in the beginning, middle of July, whatever you want to call it. We're in the heat of summer. So grab your Smirnoff Ice, grab your Pina Colada, your Miller Lite, your IPA, maybe a little margarita. Throw in some tequila in there. Maybe some Taco Tuesday. Yes, Michael?
I have a bell. It says ring for a beer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just grab an adult beverage responsibly, and let's enjoy this episode of the Funny Business Podcast. Mike, how are you? How are things? It's been some time.
Ah, man, I feel like I want to put a popsicle in my pants. Wait, what?
Head out.
I'm great, man. It's good to be recording another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. You have been busy. I have been busy. We're still going to be even more busy, but we make time for you, those who are listening, and those who are our new listeners. We will always make the time to record an episode so that way you can get it once a week. Yeah.
Yeah, the grind doesn't stop. We do it for you guys. You guys are the most important things in our lives.
Really?
Sure.
Okay.
So if we say that, they'll keep coming back and listening. Right.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, you guys, or we would not be here without you guys. So.
Yes, absolutely. And Matt, we wouldn't be here without any food. Correct?
That's correct. You have to eat every day. 3
you
meals.
have to eat every day, unless you're Mr. Beast, who tried to not eat for 30 days. He actually failed. But the only reason why he failed was because Gordon Ramsay actually made him something. And I don't think you can deny a Gordon Ramsay made meal for anything. So
I just don't understand why you wouldn't want to eat for 30 days.
It was an experiment. He has a condition that he was like experimenting with. He lost a lot of weight, believe it or not.
He
lost like a ton of pounds. I forget what, I don't want to say it's Crohn's. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. But yeah, anyway, Matt, what are some of your favorite like non-fast food places, chain restaurants? Like that aren't like sit down.
That's not fast food.
I would say categorize like it's not like it's a drive-through like a Wendy's or a McDonald's. Like,
okay, but
it's kind of like your go-to places. Can be. Sorry, I should have specified. It can be sit down, but let me give you a hint. It's like Moe's. Like,
okay, Moe's is one of them.
Yes.
I guess I'll say Panera.
Panera. Okay. Yep.
Panera's not bad. The Jersey Mike's is a great one.
What's another place that's like Jersey Mike's?
Like Subway?
Subway.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
When was the last time you were at Subway?
A month or so ago, maybe a little more than a month or so. Yeah, April and I went once.
Oh, nice.
A couple weeks ago.
Did you get a gift card?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. It's usually places like that. You're like, okay, I have a gift card. We got to use the gift card. We got to go there. So, I actually went. That was my lunch for my trip to San Francisco. Like, getting on the plane. Like, I brought that food on the plane, and that was my lunch. So,
okay.
Matt, what do you know about Subway as far as like the dining experience?
It's not like 5-star restaurant, obviously.
Okay.
Dining experience. They have really good cookies.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I got the last time I was there. I got I don't know if it was like a raspberry or if it was like a white raspberry macadamia nut one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's fire.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
How long does it usually take for you to know what you want to order?
Like how long it takes for me to decide? Probably like a minute.
A minute. Okay. So that's usually pretty long compared to other places like Panera or Moe's as far as what you want to get, correct?
Yeah. I mean, it depends if I know I'm in the mood for like buffalo chicken hoagie. Like I like their Italian BMTs, I know that. But if I just go in not knowing what I want, it takes me about a minute.
Yeah. Well, Matt, as you realize, and I'm sure as anybody else who's been to Subway, there is a ton of choices and a ton of sandwiches that you can get at Subway. Matt, this actually made I would say CNN headlines because everything else is a breaking news story, but this actually made it to CNN. Subway is launching a new menu, and it's the most extensive makeover in the company's nearly 60-year history.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of food we got coming?
Well, so the main appeal of the sandwich chain is that people can make their own custom sandwiches, yet it's seemingly limitless combinations slow down the speed of the lines at its restaurants. Subway's new menu is aimed to streamlining those choices. Customers will be greeted with a refreshed menu board in its roughly 21,000 U.S. restaurants, featuring 12 sandwiches and what it's calling the, quote, Subway series, menu. The new, more neatly organized menu is divided into 4 categories: cheesesteaks, Italianos, chicken, and clubs, consisting of 3 sandwiches each. All 12 sandwiches are new to the menu, with some essentially replacing previous versions with new names and slight tweaks. For example, the meatball marinara, which I think is if I want a hot sandwich like that is an amazing sandwich to have, is now called, quote, the Boss, with newly added melted mozzarella cheese. So the Italian. Subway says people can order the sandwiches by their new names or by their assigned numbers, and the sandwiches can be made with bread, wrap, and have its topping placed on a bed of lettuce. Customers, of course, can still choose custom options as they prefer. Complementary flavors and expertly crafted balance of protein, cheese, sauces, and fresh vegetables are designed to maximize taste and crave, said the chain in the press release. It's pretty robust.
Let's say you start a podcast, or you're running your own side hustle and have a bunch of links that you want your audience to know about. As a podcast, Matt and I have all of our social media, all of our podcast links, and other important things. Make it easier for your followers to find your important links, social media, and latest content by having it all in one page with Solo.to. I'll be honest, I have used similar websites like this, but nothing compares to Solo.to. All of your links are clean and easy to navigate. Have an upcoming video? It's really easy to make those changes. Plus, Solo.to has opportunities to upgrade to include more customization, advanced analytics, and so much more. Solo.to is giving us a special opportunity for you to get 10% off if you create an account and upgrade. Be sure to go to solo.to/funnybusiness to create your account today.
It's Subway.
Eat fresh.
Like, I get it, but I don't. I don't really ever think the Subway line took that long. I don't know. I just feel like it's a hoagie place. Like, people are gonna want to build their own hoagie.
I think what's nice when I was reading that article is that they're actually putting numbers now to things. So instead of saying, can I get a meatball marinara with this cheese and this bread? It's now, can I get a number 2, but have it on an Italian bread and this type of cheese? I think that streamlines the process much better. Because I feel like you had to look at every sandwich, and then you had to, like, I could see where their brain was going as far as the process where, okay, let's say I wanted a meatball marinara, but then I wanted a buffalo chicken, but then I saw something else. I wasn't like, okay, so I either want the meatball marinara or the buffalo chicken. Now it's probably, I either want a number 1 or a number 3. And I think it's just going back to the, let's just say, the similarity of every other fast food chain with, okay, I want this or I want that. I want number 1, I want number 6, I want number 5.
I get that, but does that really save that much time? So I'm still going to look, instead of saying, oh, I'd rather want the meatball marinara or the chicken, to say, do I want the number 1 or do I want the number 3?
I think obviously there's some blatant flaws with this. But I think at the same time, again, I think they were more so pushing towards the similarities between the rest of the fast food chains and restaurants. Like, you're going to get a number 1, you're going to get a number 4. because I think the funny part is when you go to Subway, and this was me when I was at the airport, you had all these different breads to choose from. And there was like, what, 12?
Mm-hmm.
And you're thinking to yourself, like, okay, so which one do I want? And then as soon you're building the sandwich in your head. Like if you wanted to build your own, it's like, okay, I want this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, okay, let's look at the meats. Oh, but then I want to. So like you're going backwards. If it's like, well, maybe I want a wrap. Like that's what I got, and that was the first time I actually got a wrap at Subway. Was a buffalo chicken wrap. But like you had to take a step back, and you basically had to build your sandwich from scratch again, which I think this just eliminates that idea of, oh well, I'm gonna get a buffalo chicken hoagie or sub. I'm gonna get a buffalo chicken sub. But can you replace the ranch with blue cheese? Like, I think it's more like that than just building from the ground up. And if you want to change your mind, you have to start from the ground again.
See, I still think people are still just going to customize whatever they want. I do. I think it's Subway. I think people have it set in their minds that when they go to Subway, they're just going to build their own sandwich. And yeah, if you change the menu, that's great. But if I go to Jersey Mike's and I order a number 8, which is Jersey Mike's has theirs by numbers. Jersey Mike's still takes the time to ask what you want toppings wise, like as they're making the sandwich, everything like that, and like what cheese you want. I think Subway's problem here isn't their menu. I think it's the quality of their food, like compared to like a place like Jersey Mike's or like a Primo hoagie. For those of you that know what that is, I'd rather go to Jersey Mike's every day of the week than Subway. And I think people have been going to Subway for so long that they're going to expect the same thing. And I think we just have to take Subway for what it is. It's not like it's a fast food place, but it's healthier, quote unquote, I guess. And I think people are just going to, when they go to Subway, they're going to just expect the Subway hoagie. And I think they're still going to want it their way because they're still going to have bread options.
The wrong
and
place.
People are going to say, yeah, but then they're going to say, oh, can I have this instead of this? Can I have that instead of that? I don't know. I'm not feeling this.
I don't think you got my point when you said that's the wrong place, because you said have it their way. I'm like, that's the wrong place. Matt, you're right. Sales at Subway's U.S. locations have been falling in recent years, according to the research firm Technomonic. Technomike. System-wide sales at Subway's U.S. locations were $12.3 billion in 2013, which was the best year of the past 15 years. In 2021, sales slumped to $9.4 billion.
Wow.
And the number of locations have declined as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was good for when they had Jared and everything like that, and that was like the only place like it. I mean, they had that thing that they used to put, like, what was that ingredient that was in their bread or their flatbreads? Wasn't it like not used tire, but like the stuff they put in tires?
Secret ingredient for Subway. What were you saying for bread?
Yeah, it was in their bread. It wasn't a secret ingredient. Like it was something that was in their bread that like is like so not edible.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it's not good when you can't pronounce the name of the ingredient.
Nope, never.
It is azodicarbonamide.
Okay.
Oh, wait, sorry. To say this word, you would emphasize the syllable bon, but the attention the chemical has been getting has not been good. Chemical is also found in yoga mats and shoe soles to add elasticity.
Do you think, Matt, people are tired of hearing our Anchor ad?
Yeah, probably. But let's be honest, if it wasn't for Anchor, we would not be doing a podcast.
You're right, Matt. Once again, we have to thank Anchor for helping us continue to make each episode. Y'all know how it works. Anchor is free. It's easy to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, and distributes your podcast to platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and more.
And you all know that you can make money too, even with the first couple episodes that you start with.
So why haven't you started your own podcast yet? Anchor is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's anchor.fm.
So, Mike, when do you think we'll stop talking about Anchor?
Oh man, Matt. You know what? To be completely honest, I think we'll be talking about this for a long time.
Oh.
That's a little freaky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess they gotta try something, and maybe it will work. But I think for most people, they have the mindset of what Subway is, and I don't think that's really gonna change it.
You know what I think they need to do? They need to
What?
change up the colors.
Do like a whole rebrand.
The green and the yellow, I think, should stay like as the logo. But like as far as like the locations, it always seems, I don't want to say outdated, but the tiles, like what's the color of the tiles when you walk in? Like
I couldn't tell you.
like a pale, like a yellow, a brown. Like it would be nice if they freshened up their store locations to I think Subway is like one of the few restaurants that have yet to modernize their brand. Like
That's
we
true.
look at McDonald's, like they always say like, oh yeah, like the old store locations used to be all happy. Now it's all like adulting and like it sucks and it's all gray, but it looks sleek. Whereas Subway, I feel like it's still stuck. Like the Subway that, well, I can't really say where I went to the airport, but the last Subway that I've been to looked like the Subway that I went to when I was a kid. Like it still had those same colors. It still had the same menu look. Like, so I think this change is starting to go to the rebrand, but I think they need a little bit more of a facelift, in my opinion.
I agree. I think that is something that they probably should do and should have done a long time ago. And I think if there's any brand out there that really hasn't modernized yet, you're probably way behind the 8-ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be interesting to see what people think of this and see if it actually does help.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because Subway to me has some memory value to it, as weird as that sounds. Subway was always the place. So there's like two stories. One, it was a date that Jenna and I had because Jenna had a gift card and it was right after the first of 2 graduations. So we bolted down to Subway for free sandwiches. So that was the first one. But the second one, which I do remember, I'll give a shout out to Adam. Adam used to work at the news station that I interned at. And like, he would always be super welcoming to me and like would invite me to go out to lunch with just him to pick up a Subway. And that was just nice because, when you're an intern at a company in general, like it's hard for you to, shall I say, make friends. And Adam was one of those people that's like, yeah, like I'm going to Subway. Do you want to come with me? And it's like, oh, like, sure. Like you're like that scared intern that you really don't know what you're doing. But it holds a sentimental value to me. So I will always be a patron of Subway, but only when, I don't want to say when the time comes. Like for instance, like I knew I needed something on the plane that I could carry without it being a huge mess. Hence Subway.
Yeah, we always used to go after track practice like once a week to Subway. Just crazy stories. It's a place that's been around forever, and it will be sad to see if it one day doesn't exist. It's just challenging. Have you ever had Jersey Mike's?
I want to say no, but I feel like I've had like a random like pickup, not like I picked up the sandwich, but like when people have like big parties and they tend to have like a sandwich platter, like that could have been from Jersey Mike's. I don't know.
It's so good. Highly recommend. Oh, it's incredible.
Do they have the cookies like Subway?
I want to say no.
Then I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I don't think they do. But it's so good. Subway's not awful. It's just it could be better.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think this change on paper, it doesn't seem like it's a good change, but I think in reality, it will be beneficial to the company moving forward. Because if you've not had an extensive makeover, like just a facelift in the last 60 years, like you've been doing the same thing since you opened, I think that is a little concerning, but I think they made the right decision and they changed what they needed to change, as far as I know.
There's also just one easy solution for Subway. Bring back the $5 foot long. That's not hard at all.
That jingle, man.
You $5 for long. Yeah, you can't take that away from people and expect them to come back. You just can't. It's like Wawa does Hoagie Fest every year. $5 shorties, $6 regular hoagies. Yeah, once you give us $5 furlongs and then you take it back, that trust is broken. It's over.
I am disbanding my loyalty to Subway.
Oh shit! I gotta throw my light switch.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So
oh,
it was. It's okay. I'm going to talk to the audience, Matt. So it was a good experience nonetheless. At least for me, getting Subway for the first time, and God knows how many. I think the last time I was at Subway.
Plug it in.
You are just a mess. Clearly, you haven't done this in the last time. I was saying how the last time I think I went to Subway was when Jenna and I went for graduation. So it was kind of nice to come back to Subway after being on a hiatus for so long. So welcome back.
I'm not going to quit my day job.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah, I'm not going
to. So I was just sharing with our lovely audience. I think the last time I was at Subway was actually when I mentioned about Jenna and I going after a graduation ceremony. Like that was the last time I was at the Subway.
I think I was there twice this year. I went once for lunch by myself. I actually tried their cheesesteak. It wasn't terrible.
Okay.
And then the other time, April had to help you with something at the stadium during a non-game day, and we had to like take a break, so we just went, grabbed Subway. There's one like 5 minutes from the stadium, so it's hard not to go to.
See, and I feel like, again, you mentioning it and me mentioning it, like Subway is always going to be that place where it's like you don't want to go and sit down somewhere, but you don't want to grab something from the drive-through window. Mm-hmm. Like you want something right in the middle, and Subway is that place.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's convenient, I think is the right word.
Yeah, convenient, and yeah, I guess convenience the best word. Vocabulary.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, so if you go to Subway the next time and you see a little difference, well, yeah, you're not crazy. You were right. We are right. We're right. You're wrong. Shut up.
Yep. And every time you think you go to Subway, you got to think of us.
Yes.
If you say our names and and at the cashier place, they'll add $5 to your bill.
But you got to go to the specific Subway that we broke the deal with.
Yeah, only in the District of Pennsylvania.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Yeah, we bought a lot of Subway in our time. So let's keep this what words? I don't even know.
Nice job, Matt. Do you want to try again? Would you like to try again?
Let's rewind. Well, we've bought a lot of Subway in our times. It's now to continue our buying habits. Let's get into some buy or sell. Can I try a third time? I'm not going to, but that was bad.
Wait, what? That so sounded perfect.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, awesome. All right, Mike, I'll go first.
Okay.
I have a few.
All right.
I am buying vacations. So vacations are just great. Went down to the beach this past week with April and my family. Had a really nice time. It's actually the first time I drove down to vacation, like myself, because me and April had to work the weekend. And Mike, I don't know if I actually know if I told you this. I actually got out super early on the last day of my work.
Nice.
So they let me get out a little early and was able to spend more time down there than I thought.
How long was your drive?
3.5 hours, about 4 hours.
So did you talk to April the whole time you were driving down there for 4 hours?
Do you know what we did?
Did she fall asleep?
No. I told her she was not allowed to fall asleep.
Did you listen to a podcast?
No.
I'm very nervous. about
She
doing
sent
that.
me a TikTok like 2 days before we were leaving.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what the equivalent of like a 4-hour drive is, or a 3-hour drive?
No.
It's about 3 big booty mixes.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. So we did big booty mixes on the
Perfect.
way down. On the way back, I think we just played regular music.
Yeah.
But it was honestly, it killed the time like that.
Nice.
Yeah. So we
Good
listened
shit.
to the latest one, which I didn't hear yet, which was pretty good.
You liked it?
And then I think we did, yeah, it was good. Then we did 19 and 15, I think came on.
Okay.
Yeah, just randomly. But yeah, vacations are the great, are the best. I'm also buying snowflakes.
Wait, are you watching Snowflake Mountain?
Yeah, are you watching?
Yes!
So
Oh my
it's so
God!
good. It is so good. So that's incredible. Oh my gosh, this is why we're best friends for life. We're roommates for life. Okay, so for those who don't know what we're talking about, April and I were just scrolling Netflix, like Saturday or Sunday. I forget what day it was. And we're like, Snowflake Mountain, like, what the heck is this? So we started watching the preview and we were like, this is actually like pretty good. So for those that don't know what it is or are very confused because the name Snowflake Mountain does sound weird, basically the Gen Z term for a snowflake, I guess you could say, or the slang for a snowflake is someone that's
it's-
very easily offended or lazy and doesn't do anything with their life, right?
General terminology. You can call anybody a
Yes.
snowflake. It's-
Yes. So they take this and their families trick these 10
Around.
teenagers, young adults, whatever you want to call them. There's a teenager on the show. They trick them thinking they're going to some villa to party for like a week. And instead they strand them on a mountain with 2 ex-military members that try to whip them into shape and try to make them not snowflakes. And it is maybe the funniest TV show on Netflix right now. I mean, these people are just so out of touch with everything and lazy, but then like it gets so good and like they actually, some people start trying to be better, some people don't. It's pure comedy.
Did you finish the whole series?
No, so
There's
I
9
did fall
episodes.
asleep for about an episode and a half.
Okay.
There's how many episodes?
9.
I think we're on episode 6.
We just finished 8.
It's so good.
So, remember how I was saying about like people surviving in the woods?
Mm-hmm.
That was my reference. I was
Ah.
not gonna say because I was waiting until like kind of we were talking face to face, and yeah, that's the person. That's a person I thought would be nice on the show.
Yes. Yeah. That'd be something. This is a genius idea for a show though.
Oh
Like,
my
it's very
gosh.
different.
Well, I was kind of cringing most of the time because I think we all know some individuals in our lives that wouldn't be willing to sleep in a tent or wouldn't be willing to, I don't know, even just fend for themselves as far as food and all that. So it's just so funny. Jenna, oh my gosh, sorry for my reaction, guys. Like it usually is a little more tamer when we talk about shows, but Jenna was saying that I should get you to watch it and we should talk about it. So here we are.
It's incredible. It was a great, like, I didn't even hear about it beforehand. We were just scrolling and we were both like, looked at each other like, what the heck is Snowflake Mountain? And it's incredible.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's great. My cell. I think we've talked about this before on the podcast. I'm selling
Okay.
fireworks. There's just way too many fireworks now.
Yeah.
It's just like, and they go off all night long. You don't need to be keeping up your neighbors with fireworks at 2:00 in the morning on the 4th of July. Nor do the dogs need to hear your fireworks at 2:00 in the morning on the 4th of July. I like fireworks. They're cool. I will go see fireworks, but there should be like, not everybody should be able to get fireworks. It's very dangerous. Did you see the video of that Twitch streamer? He had like a Pikachu firework and he set it off like in his house.
No.
Yeah, he's just like holding it. It's just like going off. His whole like apartment like went up, not in flames, but like it was like smoky.
Oh.
Like there's just dumb people out there that shouldn't be able to get fireworks.
Okay.
I think there just needs to be a time and a place and like a time limit.
Yeah. Some people are very stupid. I don't want to say admit that, but some people shouldn't be able to purchase fireworks.
Correct. And I do want to give a quick shout out to a coworker, Michelle. She knows who she is.
Yeah, Michelle.
She got a great photo of April and I watching the fireworks at work, like just like a behind photo. It's a really good photo. I think you'd be impressed.
Are you
I
framing
think
that
you'd
picture?
be impressed. Maybe we might.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just selling fireworks. And then I'm also going to sell emails. Not the fact that I don't like emails. Just coming back from a vacation and seeing all your emails that you have kind of sucks. And then on top of it, when you send emails before vacation and come back and you still haven't gotten a response to that email, and you then have to send the second one, it's tough.
Yeah. That's why out of office emails always work.
I did set my out of office email reply. Yeah.
Good.
I always do. Always. Even if it's only for like, if I'm off on like a Friday for a weekend, I'll still set it.
It makes it helps.
Yeah.
Reality at even just a day, because everybody's like, oh, I'm expecting a response today. And it's like, nope, he is off today.
Yep.
So
that's all I got.
Emails, man. Well, I have a few myself.
Go for it.
I'm going to buy Fall Guys.
Oh,
Matt, last night before we started recording, I was playing some Rocket League. And I thought to myself, you know what? Fall Guys is free anywhere that you can play. It's a cross-platform game. You may, if you're a fan of the show a long way back, Matt has played it. We've talked about Tim the Tap Man gloriously making the comeback of the century, winning a crown.
They said it couldn't be done.
So I don't buy Fall Guys, but I downloaded it for free, and I'm hooked, man.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to go to bed at the time I was supposed to. That was not the case.
How many crowns do you have?
0.
Oh.
However, I made it to the final round. I would say I did not make it to the final round like twice out of like the 10 that I played. So like I'm a contender. I'm ready to get my crown, but yeah, it's crazy. Like, and it's so mind numbing too. Like, I don't know if we've really talked about it, because I mean, obviously I couldn't play it because it wasn't available to me and I wasn't going to buy it, but like it's very mind numbing where it's like you don't need a lot of like critical thinking in order for you to play the game. Like you can have a couple brews and you could be flying around and moving around in the maps that they put out. But yeah, a lot of nice updates. So I played a lot the other day.
That happens.
Yeah. Matt, I'm also buying Professional Development. Matt is very aware of this, but for those who didn't know, I went to the West Coast for the first time ever in my life.
Big boy.
I'm a very big boy. I went to San Francisco. So I went to a conference for a couple days. Don't worry, I did go to the conference.
Good.
But the crazy part, there's a lot of things that happened that time. First of all, the Golden State Warriors won the NBA Finals championship. They were going to have their parade that Monday. We started the conference. Let's just say our entire street that the hotel was on was closed. So when I was doing a hop on tour, I of course went to the Golden Gate Bridge. Wish I was hopping off at more places, but you live and you learn. Next time, I ended up getting back on the bus. Was like, okay, I want to go back to the hotel. I want to shower because it's sweaty, man. It's hot.
I bet it was.
I got dropped off at the hop on hop off big bus tour station, and it's a 30-minute walk to the hotel.
Oh.
And I was like, are we done? He goes, yeah. He's like, we can't, because they started closing off the streets for the parade. And he's like, it's impossible for us to work. And I'm like, okay. So started walking. I ended up renting a bike for $3, which was really, really cool. I saved probably a decent amount of money just by renting a bike. Thankfully, I knew how to ride one. Flying was great. I ended up watching Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I watched Avatar. I watched Spider-Man Homecoming. It was something where I started to enjoy flying a little bit more. I don't know, like in the beginning, I ended up like feeling a little sick on takeoff, but I
Mhm.
think it was just more excitement and just
Nerves.
nerves and everything. Yeah. So, and then when I was taking off coming back home, I was like, whatever. A big shout out to Kayla, Zuzu, Caitlin, and Herschel. We all met together and we were all in this like little posse. It was going around. So that was really nice. It's a fun time. We talked a lot about a lot of different stuff and a lot of personal things, and got to meet some good networking people. Got to meet the CEO of our product that we use for one of our work stuff, one of our products. So that was real cool. We got a chance to talk to him. I got a chance to talk to him. And when I came back, I went to a Motley Crue, Joan Jett, and Def Leppard concert.
Love it.
Oh my god, it was amazing. Jenna's dad took me, and I kept sharing that with everybody at San Francisco. I was like, "Oh, I'm going to this concert with my girlfriend's dad." They're like, "Well, he must really like you." I'm like, "I hope so." But yeah, San Francisco is great. San Francisco has my heart. And I really hope to be back there again someday, just for travel or whatever the case may be. So it was really cool. It was a really cool experience. Happy that I had that under my belt.
I'm glad you're getting more comfortable with flying.
Oh, I'm ready to travel the world now, man.
Yeah, flying's the best. Love flying. Yeah, San Francisco always seems like a cool city to go to.
Mm-hmm. No, it was really cool. And then last but certainly not least, I'm selling healthcare.
Yeah, same.
So Matt, let me update you on what's been happening with my life lately.
Yeah, please do.
So a week ago, just keep it general for the audience to pay attention to. So I've been feeling a little down under the weather ever since that concert. So that concert was holy crap, was it last Sunday already? Yeah, it was. Wow. Wow. It was last Sunday. So then I started feeling a little bit under the weather. So Matt heard my voice. I wish I had it still, because it was much lower than what it is, but it was really nasally. I was congested, all this crap. So that was Sunday. Thursday, I blew my nose. My right ear felt a little different. Like didn't feel like it. And I thought to myself, I ruptured my eardrum. So I actually left work early. I said, I need to figure this out. So I went to some place, where it's urgent. I think you got to go to the place. I'm not going to mention the name of it, but so I went there, and I was telling the nurse, I'm like, I think I have a ruptured eardrum. And he's like, no, you don't. He's like, because you'd be like crying and like going to the hospital if that was the case. And I'm like, okay. So then I pass all the screen checks and all that. And I get to the doctor, and she says, yeah, you have a ruptured eardrum. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I get my prescription figured out. And because it was the holiday weekend, I had a horrible time. They're like, well, you need to go to an ear, nose, and throat doctor. So then today, time of recording, I was calling places that could get me in the earliest of their availability, whether it was tomorrow, the next day, this week, because I'm going on vacation and I need to know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I have these eye drops, but you could use them as ear drops. So I was putting them in every 6 hours. I was taking drugs, lots of good drugs. My ear was being irritated. My ear was irritating. And I went to the ear, nose, and throat doctor. Won't say too much about the experience on the recording because I might have to go back. I don't have a ruptured eardrum.
No,
I don't.
What do you have?
So the best way that he explained it to me, the doctor, was with bloodshot eyes, the veins that pop out of people's eyes, like the vein, that's kind of what happened in my ear. So it's like a vein protruded out from me blowing my nose. And that's what caused it. So yes, I felt pain, but he's like, go back to your regular activities. He's like, stop doing with the drops. He's like, you're fine. He's like, but if you feel anything tomorrow or by the end of next Friday, like come back. I want to check on it. And I was like, okay. So yeah, all this time I thought I had a ruptured eardrum. I don't.
Wow.
So that's why I'm donning my headphones the way that they are, and I'm looking forward to a shower without having to put a gel earplug in. Like I'm looking forward to going to the beach and going to the ocean, going in the pool. Like, oh, it's just such a sigh of relief. But yeah, that was my 24 hours of trying to figure what the hell's going on with my right ear.
Wow. I couldn't even imagine. Just thinking you have like a ruptured eardrum. That's gotta be a weird feeling to have.
And that's the thing. Like, that's the only thought that I had, that I thought it was ruptured, but it wasn't. And like, it just completely was kind of upsetting, because then I was on the phone with my mom. I said, I feel bad for people who, I said, I'm very fortunate I'm healthy. Like, I'm very fortunate that I haven't had any huge thing like happen to me or anything like that. But I feel bad for anybody who has some like life-threatening injury or illness, and they're bouncing back and forth between doctors. And, you know, for my instance, I didn't know what my situation was until I saw a specialist. Whereas like some people with serious conditions are bouncing back and forth between multiple specialists, and they're thousands of dollars already in the hole because they've been seeing all these specialists. And then they find out last minute when it's too late, it's like, hey, yeah, you got cancer. And like, it sucks. Like, so that's why I'm selling healthcare, not because I didn't know, but just simply how long the process took me in order for me to actually come with a cohesive and concise decision that this was wrong with my body.
Yeah, no, healthcare sucks. I was trying to order my medicine for my Crohn's disease, and it just took me like forever because the insurance company has to approve it, and then they had to approve my new insurance before they could order it, and that takes 3 days.
Jeez.
And then it's a whole process. But yeah, healthcare is just the worst.
Yeah. So, you know, again, I'm glad it wasn't too serious. I'm glad it wasn't life-threatening. However, I'm disappointed because in addition to that, I actually sought out my own, I'm calling it ENT, ear, nose, and throat. I actually sought out my own ENT where the doctor's office was actually supposed to refer me to one. The people they got a hold of wasn't available until August 25th.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. And I was like, I said, I kind of went ahead and did it myself. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite the time. At least you're going to be able to enjoy the beach, though.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was going to regardless, but I'm just glad that I know what's going on with my body now instead of that. And another thing that I learned too, establish care. If you have new health insurance or whatever, this is everybody who's young and just getting health care for a new employer or anything, like establish your care with your primary physician, with a primary physician with your insurance, because I think this could have all been avoided easily if I established care. So I actually, when I come back from vacation, I already have an appointment scheduled with what is my hope to be my primary physician. So
okay, it's good.
Oh yeah, next is dentist. I'm not getting rid of
Oh God,
I love a good dentist, but like,
yeah,
adulting sucks.
It's not fun at times.
It's not. I can agree with that. So, but yeah, well, I guess that concludes another edition of Buy or Sell.
Yes, sir.
Lovely. Another episode down and another Buy or Sell. Thank you all so much for listening or watching if you may be. Hey, if you're listening and you're like, wait, where you can watch? Yeah, you can watch us on our YouTube channel, Funny Business Entertainment, Funny Business Podcast. You can find all of the good stuff at solo.to/funnybusiness. Mr. Matthew.
Yep.
My wise friend, what is the advice for the good people of the funny business world?
This might not apply to everybody. You know, yeah. This might not apply to everybody, but kind of going along with the healthcare line. If you have medicine that you need to take it.
Take it.
Just take it. It's gonna make you feel better. And you're not wasting medicine that could be helping someone else. Now, do I have I'm like a medical anomaly. I have a lot of medicine that I take. There's days I forget to take it and I regret it. So I'm trying to get myself back on a regular schedule of taking my medicine. I actually, on vacation every day, I did not miss my medicine once. I felt better than I have in the past like 3 months. So anyone out there that's got their medicine, take it. It's gonna make you feel better.
I actually took one of your advices many episodes ago.
Oh,
I'm now taking a multivitamin now.
there we go. Take your vitamins. Yes, absolutely. Helps. Absolutely. I got these great gummy vitamins. The best.
Yeah, I actually got the pill one, the one that tastes really chalky.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind those.
It's good when when you have food. When
Yes.
it's actually when you listen to the bottle and it says take recommended to take with food, because it's bad now the way that it is.
Sometimes some of them aren't bad, but yes, take it with food.
Yeah. So I got a multivitamin. And if you're taking a lot of medicine and you're not really 100% sure what you need to take and how much you need to take or what days, it's okay to get one of those pill calendars.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Listen, I know pill calendars usually are correlated with old people or your grandparents or your great grandparents. Listen, if you need that guidance, you could do that too. I was like, do you have one?
So I have this is the exact
have a
one
wheel?
I use. No, it's a calendar and it says like Sunday AM, Sunday PM.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, oh,
That's all
that's
you gotta
great.
do.
Yeah, it makes it easier for packing because you're like, oh, Monday morning, here it is. Yep. Wapa.
Whoppa! God. Oh, man. Well, yeah, take your multivitamins, take your vitamins, go to the doctor, establish care with your primary physician.
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D, vitamin C,
Yep.
all the vitamins, as
Yep.
Bear Grylls used to say back in the day of Man vs. Wild. Yeah, and until the next time, see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.